9 News photojournalist Brian Willey took that video that you were seeing overnight, and he now joins us live from Manitou Springs area. Brian, what are you seeing there now? We see a big plume of smoke behind you.
Yeah, Corey, I'm going to go ahead and step out of this shot, and I'm going to show you this plume of smoke. And this plume of smoke is what has caused the evacuation of Green Mountain Falls, Chipeta Park, and the other areas that are just west of Manitou Springs. Last night, I was in Manitou Springs as the evacuation started. Let's take a look.
I'm watching it all day, and it looks like the fire kind of came over the crest back there.
Really see the fire coming over the mountain.
We know that this is one of the risks that we have here, and we're doing it strategically so we can get the people and their biggest threat gone first.
Very scary.
So you started with Manitou Avenue north of.
It's getting close.
We need them to leave when we ask them to leave.
Just banging on my window.
He was asleep, so I pounded on his door to get him out.
It's pretty scary. I mean, they're right there.
Orange. A lot of orange.
So we look at the fuels coming down. She's backing down the hill, which is not what we normally see in fire behavior.
It's time to go.
I'm a good catcher.
All these fine people came to help me.
Give me a little one.
Well, they're helping me move out. I got a few thousand artworks in there, and so trying to figure out which ones to take.
Otherwise known as Rocky, and he's a fixture in Manitou. He's 80 years old. Art is his passion.
200 or 300, almost 1,000 artworks in there.
She's got enough energy to move down, then she's going to start creating more embers burning up into that canyon, and when she does that, she's going to start throwing embers.
On into Manitou.
Limited access. We have vegetations right up against houses. We have houses in places where they shouldn't be houses.
It's just kind of like sad.
So Manitou Springs is a whole city that's in the urban interface. So in most scenarios, we got a lot of roads, we got a lot of people, we get a lot of fast knockdown on our fires. But in this situation, we had a fire running across with all those heavy fuels. She just got to be too big before it got to be handled.
Just my valuables, financial records, clothes, everything else stays. So.
Don't know if it's going to reach the city. I know that we need to have clear roads and not have to worry about rescue potential. If we do have a fire, we want to just make sure that we're just putting the firefighters in positions to protect houses and know that if something happens, that firefighter can back out and not have it cost someone their life. Manitou will be an empty city.
So right now, Colorado State Patrol has Manitou Springs completely shut down. This State Patrol officer has the entrance at the Cave of the Winds off of Highway 24 into Manitou Springs closed. Every entrance into Manitou Springs is closed. There is no getting into Manitou Springs. You can only get out, and they're hoping that everybody else will be evacuating down Highway 24 from the Green Mountain Falls, Chipeta Park area. And they do want to stress one thing. Highway Patrol wants to stress one thing. Highway 24 is open, but they want everybody to stay away. They are pleased, they are begging people to stay out of this area, to give room to the firefighters and give room to those people that are evacuating so they don't run into any type of traffic jams. And the one thing they really don't want is when you do drive up Highway 24 and you see this large plume of smoke, to please not stop, because that's only causing more problems for them and for the manpower that they have in here. Matt, Corey?
Brian, we've been watching this fire with you over the past hour and a half. It looks like it's moved a little bit closer to where you're at.
It has a little bit. The wind has shifted again, and so now it's blowing down the canyon a little bit more. That canyon where that plume of smoke that you see, that is Williams Canyon, and that is what prompted the evacuation of Manitou Springs. They had a trigger point within that canyon that if the fire hit their trigger point, that's when they wanted to start evacuations of Manitou Springs. I have a feeling, I haven't been past where I'm at right now, but I have a feeling that the winds have shifted a little bit and are blowing it more uphill to a little bit further to the west, and that's what's prompted the evacuation of the Green Mountain Falls and Chipeta Park area as well, Matt.
Yeah, right there along Highway 24. All right, Brian Willey, you know we will be there with you all morning long, and we appreciate you the live pictures there.